This is a Whirlpool AccuDry dehumidifier with mechanical controls, 2-speed fan. This humidistat always turns on in the same position, so it probably needs to be replaced because it's not really very accurate at all. The evaporator coil is on the front, and I did have this thing apart last summer and I cleaned all the dust out of it because there's no filter in this thing. That evaporator coil just gets caked with dust, and it really ruins this thing's performance, obviously. I'll show you the information sticker. There's model number. It is a 40 pint, has R22, 6.8 amps, UL listed. There it is with the bucket in place. You can see the lights off now. This thing has a reciprocating compressor. I don't know who makes it, but it says that it is made in Italy on it, and that's the only thing it says. This thing is about, I think, 20 years old at this point, maybe a little bit older. Has an Emerson shaded pole fan motor, and the compressor, there's no capacitor anywhere in this thing. The compressor is a resistance start induction run type motor, and basically what that is there's a high resistance start winding and then the main winding. The high resistance winding gets taken out of the circuit by a centrifugal switch or a potential relay when the compressor gets up to operating speed. And yes, that is a Coca-Cola bottle cap on there, and there is a bunch of spray foam insulation to keep it from leaking. We lost the original cap, so that's why we have to do this, and sometimes we do take that off and hook a hose up to it, but most of the time we just empty the bucket. You can see in those vents a couple of refrigerant lines. You can't really see the fan motor or anything, but if you look in there you can see the lovely rust and the reciprocating compressor. It's a pretty big one. It's very smooth and quiet. And here is the condenser coil, which I also cleaned out last year. It blows air out, so the air gets pulled in the front through the evaporator coil and then it gets blown out the back through the condenser coil. And there you can see part of the compressor again. It's really hard to see. I'll have to take this thing apart again someday, like when I'm cleaning it or something, and give you a better view of the compressor. I don't know what you can see exactly. But here is the cord. It is a 3-prong cord. Not very long, but that's what extension cords are for. Turn it around the other way so I get the cord wrapped around it. And it is on little wheels. So let's go ahead and start it up. This will be the first startup of the year. Let's start by the compressor so you can hear it. Here we go. Low fan speed. It quieted down very nicely. High fan speed. So this humidistat is going to have to be replaced if we actually want it to be accurate. And then there is a temperature sensor on one of those loops on the evaporator coil to sense when it's freezing over. And that does not work because when this thing gets dusty and it freezes over, it doesn't shut it off at all. It just continues running, and even though it's a solid block of ice. Nice, quiet, smooth compressor. And you can still hear the refrigerant hissing around a little bit. So there you go. I hope this thing continues to run for many years, because the new dehumidifiers that they have these days are complete crap, and they don't last more than 2 years on average. I've seen some that have only lasted a year, so this one's still good. Works great after about 20 years, and that's about it. Thank you for watching.